That staining is what's happening on the shower floor. Those pebbles are a limestone. Yeah. The Tech Power Grout, I mean, it's really crumbly and just, it's a real porous stone. It was a bad choice for a shower floor. And I know a lot of Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Tile Coach. I'm Isaac Ostrom. This is Steve-O right here. So we did this shower, I actually looked, Steve, it was 5 years ago we did this shower. Five years ago. And the pebbles are staining and the grout is really crumbly and junky. So we're out here in the neighborhood that we work in a lot. So this was kind of a weird thing, like you figure 5 years, I worked out a deal with her that she would pay for the materials for us to do it, and we're just going to take care of it. So let's go check out what happened. But yeah, this is funny. We're out here in the back and it's a beautiful spring day and they just released the goats. Every year they have this, some goat, there's sheep in there too, huh? It's like
organic lawnmowers.
Yeah, it's like a mixture between sheep and goats, but they just put them out in the common area here where the native grasses, and they take care of the weed eating for everybody. So anyways, the goats just came out, beautiful day, and let's go check this out. So we know our strategy is going to be doing tile over tile, because with the heated floor going in here, Curdy surface waterproofing, we can't go in and just tear this tile out without risking damaging not only the waterproofing but the heated floor. And because it's curbless, it poses us a little bit of a tricky problem here. What's nice is even though this install was 5 years ago, they still had the matching mosaic to go with the field tile. And so this is just a porcelain dot mounted mosaic. But what we're trying to figure out is, we go tile over tile, we're going to be up a little bit. And this is a pretty thin mosaic. What do you think, Steve? It's only about 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's what we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. But yeah, removing all the pebbles is not an option. And you can see this staining is what's happening on the, let me brighten that up. Yeah, that staining is what's happening on the shower floor. Those pebbles are a limestone. And because we helped the customer choose this tile, I feel partly responsible, well, I feel mostly responsible actually for the selection on the tile. And these little stones are some kind of like limestone. You might recognize it. But yeah, these guys, it's a real porous stone. It was a bad choice for a shower floor. And I know a lot of you guys have had problems with some of these pebble pans, but yeah, so that's kind of the game plan here. But yeah, a lot of staining. And then also this is Tech Power Grout. Steve, why don't you see how it's stained, and you can see how soft. Let's see. Yeah, the Tech Power Grout. I mean, it's really crumbly and just, you know, we used Tech Power Grout for a period of 2 or 3 years, and we have had issues with some of our projects with Power Grout. You know, here's a spot that's even coming out. It's completely gone. So yeah, the client wants to upgrade to Spectralock 1 grout. So again, we're going to go over everything. We're just going to do tile over tile. And then the other thing is, we got a linear drain that we got to deal with. We got to pull this drain grate. Hopefully we can pull this and replace it. We got a new one. We got just the perforated new grate assembly, so that hopefully we can pull this line drain and then reset it up a little higher so that it matches the height of the new floor tile. So that's our game plan. We'll get into it. It's kind of an icky. Let me see the back of that.
The underbelly.
The underbelly of a drain grate. It's 5 years of usage. Yeah, these linear drains can get kind of gunky. This is what the channel body looks like. 5 years of usage. So yeah, these grate assemblies are actually just thin setted in. So we're going to try to get this frame out without damaging too much. We'll see how that goes. We're going to try to, I think what we're going to try to do is just kind of bang on this grate assembly, bend it, twist it, turn it, and try to just pop it out. It's starting to move. Is it wanting to come? Oh yeah, there it goes. It's wanting to pull some of those tiles, huh?
No, I think it's...
No?
If I can get the right leverage.
Okay, there it goes. So yeah, I thought it might have been a possibility to save this grate and just raise it up, but I know how thin they are that we would have risked losing it. So yeah, so that's really nice we got that guy out. That was one of my concerns that...
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, we want to go on with a new one. I just figure... Steve had mentioned kind of the underbelly of linear drains. A lot of hair and kind of icky things grow on these linear drains.
Doing its job.
So Steve's saying that the felt, oh yeah, you can see in here that the felt is holding up nicely.
So you can transfer mold or anything onto the actual waterproofing, which is good.
Yeah, waterproofing layer looks good. So yeah, ideally we can just thin set that new grate right back in there. You want me to go get it, Steve, and see if it fits in there?
Yeah, it's right.
So here's the new grate. Steve, you want to open it up? Yeah, we use these Grouting line drains a lot. We're real familiar with them. When we do like a small mosaic or a pebble, I actually like these perforated grates better than the tileable ones. But they come with, in two parts. They got basically this frame, which thin sets in. They got like black, to me it's like electrical tape almost, but that black tape kind of protects it while you put thin set in there and adhere the grate with thin set. And then here's the removable part. This guy just slips in, and this is just contact film to protect it while you do an install. So these little spacers that Steve's screwing in, they're the height adjusters. And you can tighten those little wing nuts down, and that raises or lowers the grate while the thin set cures in there.
Work nicely because they're designed for any kind of substance or surface, which is nice. That's why they make these bolts so long. You can put a slab on the ground and still use a line drain.
Yeah, so you can raise this frame up dang near an inch or as far as
these guys.
as far as it goes. So yeah, if you wanted to use like a thick slab material, you could, or if you're using a real thin mosaic, those little height adjusters are nice. Yeah, so here's they give you this little spacer, because especially as these line drains get long, they have flex in the middle of them. So these little spacers you just put right into the frame while it's curing and setting up. So that way that grate doesn't squeeze in. And if it does, you won't be able to get this guy in. So yeah, here, hopefully this guy fits in. I mean, 5 years later, you never know if the parts are exactly the same. Do you want me to grab your vacuum, Steve?
I should have got my vacuum just for...
Okay, just for see if it's fitting.
It's gonna work.
No?
No,
It fits?
Yeah, that's in there.
It looks like it's sitting up too high.
Yeah, I just have to do my adjustments here. And we'll eventually, we'll just have to embed it and do a lot of a lot of thinset just embedded in there. And then, yeah, we'll be able to dial up to the height of our pebbles.
Yeah, so
or
yeah,
our
you can
new,
see.
our new floor material.
Yeah, so Steve's kind of just making sure this is going to fit in, but you can see we have it raised up so that if we do tile on tile, we'll get it right up to the right thickness. But yeah, it's pretty stoked that this guy's fitting in here. That was one of those things you just hope for. Some days you get lucky, some days you don't. Yeah, so there's just making those adjustments to get us a nice little dry fit. You see how loose and those grates are before you thin set them in.
Just make sure this sits.
So yeah, that little spacer kind of keeps the grate so it doesn't squeeze in. Yeah, that's gonna work out nice. We'll get
I think so. Yeah,
get
it's
it the
gonna
right
be-
height, and
That's gonna be the ticket.
that'll be the ticket. Tile over tile. Okay, so now how we were gonna deal with the dilemma at the door is what we did is we just back mitered the tile. So we're going to basically have a little ramp going right here. And I feel pretty good about that. We're going to use Schluter All Set for this. And so basically, outside of the shower door, we'll just have a little ramp. And I think that's going to be the best way to address this. Yeah, what we did is we just back mitered these this last row of tile, so that'll just fit in just like this. And this probably isn't a solution that I would do for, you know, like a commercial area that has a lot of traffic going in and out, or if they're rolling carts up and over it. You know, this is pretty thin, but we'll fully embed it in thinset, and tile over tile is an approved application, especially when using a highly modified thinset like Schluter All Set. Now that we have the grate all set up in the back, we'll go ahead and get set up and start installing the floor.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface.
Okay, so it's the next day. Steve's getting ready to grout. Let's go check it out. So this is the Spectralock 1 grout. It's a pre-mixed. You can see it's already all mixed up. This grout is it's a pre-mixed grout with epoxy performance. So while it's not technically an epoxy, it does have epoxy performance without having to mix the 2 or 3 parts and have the catalytic reaction like an epoxy. It's right out of the tub and cleans up with water nicely. See, Steve has a good layer going. And that's going to end up really nice. I'll get out of the way so Steve can just finishing up grouting. So as soon as Steve's done there, this callback, this thing that's been weighing on my mind for a while, will be finished. I'll feel really good about that. So again, a lot of my philosophy in life is turning liabilities like a callback like this into assets, which would be a gift to you guys to help avoid the mistakes that I make. So anyways, I hope you learned something from it. I hope you take care of your callbacks in a way that works for both of you. It will help your reputation, help you feel good about what you're doing. So before I go, I love you. I love being your tile coach. We'll see you on the next video.